What's up, guys? Reformed Stoic here. I'm gonna multitask a little bit. I got UFC on mute in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and get my thoughts out on this. So the title is going to be "The Gym Kind of Sucks." Now, this could be like a real neurotic, whiny, black pill kind of a video. But my perspective on this is it's more like I am basically agreeing with people who I've already heard sentiments from about this. You know, people saying, oh, I don't really want to go to the gym anymore. It's crowded. You get mogged there. There's couples there. You could get accused of like staring or something. And I was trying to be pretty like positive and reassure people. It's like, oh, that's just stuff that you hear on the internet. Honestly, the gym is a pretty cool spot. Most of the time you're able to get access to the equipment you want, and it's pretty easy to just kind of phase people out, mind your own business, listen to music. I've found that is not always the case. And really, the main contributing factor to me making this video is that for the last 3 years almost, maybe more like 2.5 years, have been training at home. I had a heavy bag, jump rope. I'd occasionally run a 5K. I had a little stint there where me and someone from church were regularly running about like a 5K to 5 miles. So a typical workout for me would be like 10 minutes jump rope, 5 to 8 rounds, heavy bag, and then I'd go inside and either hit back, legs, or chest, push, pull, back, and I'd figure out how to do it with stuff I had at home. I had some dumbbells up to 30 pounds. Well, I had one 40-pound dumbbell that I'd use for rows mainly, maybe some shoulder presses, one arm at a time. I had a pull-up bar. I had a bar it was really like a dip bar, but I'd use it for body weight rows because dips really aren't that great for me. So I was able to, hit my muscles with a combination of calisthenics and relatively light dumbbells, depending what exercise I was doing. And then I was training my little MMA boxing stuff. I even got into where I was doing shadow wrestling. So shadow wrestling, shadow boxing, heavy bag, jump rope, runs every now and then. The runs definitely became pretty sparse there near the end. But the point is, guys, I was figuring out how to work out at home. There's all kinds of different ways to work out at home. I highly recommend the channel Precision Striking. He has some great conditioning workouts. And now that I am back in the gym, I'm definitely going to make sure that I don't lose track of those kind of things, because I remember the way that some of those 40-minute conditioning workouts felt when I did them for the first time. Like I couldn't get through it. I want to be able to maintain that kind of endurance whilst I'm building muscle and strength at the gym. And it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially if I want to focus on putting on size and muscle, which I would really like to do. So definitely the boxing stuff is going to be on the back burner for me a little bit. I just set up a double end bag outside my place. That is definitely taking a bit of a learning curve. The heavy bag is like pretty easy to hit. There's things that you got to work on with the heavy bag, but as far as like being able to hit it, that's not really an issue. I probably need to get something heavier for the base. My base is sliding around a little bit for the double end bag, but yeah, there's definitely a learning curve there. And right now I'm kind of just having fun getting used to it. But anyway, I digress. The thing that I've noticed since going back to the gym is like I was really getting in the swing of things with my home workouts, and it was becoming like a part of my spiritual practice. I feel like my mind functions better. I feel more pure after a workout, especially workouts that tend to be a little bit more on the muscular endurance, cardio, mental toughness side of things. And when comparing that to the gym, it's like, yeah, I got a little bit of like sensitivity going on where I'm a little bit sensitive to people's body language. I feel like if somebody makes a dirty look at me, sometimes that's not really even their intention. I got to give people the benefit of the doubt. I am kind of adjusting to being around people more than I was. And maybe it's me sometimes, like maybe my body language is being off-putting and I don't even realize it. Like, I tend to do 2 minutes rest between sets. I might even be doing more than that. Some people recommend 3 minutes rest for squats. So I have a decent sized rest time between sets, and I tend to pace around. Like, I'll take a good little pace, like, kind of just like walking around the gym. I try to avoid that, but, you know, I kind of like pace around the gym between sets. And maybe that's weird. Maybe people think that's weird. I think, like, the cool gym thing to do is just, like, stand in one place completely still or, like, sit on the bench. Like, I definitely don't really have the habits of, like, a regular lifter, okay? I kind of like to keep moving. On shoulder, chest day, I like to superset laterals with shadow boxing, which if there's a lot of people around, there hasn't really been yet, because I probably, like, wouldn't do that. But probably what I'll do is I'll just walk back to the back room and go do it over there. But I like to do some quick shoe shine drills and 1-2 punches and doing some handwork when I superset with shoulders to, you know, kind of really get my shoulders connected with my punching chain and all of that. Which maybe people think is douchey. Maybe people think it's douchey that I'm pacing around the gym. So I'm probably not especially self-aware of how people are perceiving me. I'm not especially aware of, like, people's body language. And I don't want to say, like, I'm a full-on Spurgburger with it, but I'm probably just a little bit off. And maybe sometimes people really are kind of, like, giving me a dirty look. Like, there's these guys there that just seem to think that they're so cool. Or maybe I don't know what it is, dude. Like, I want peace. I want to be left alone. Because when comparing it to my home workouts, like, not a soul in sight, me by myself, playing my music, doing my things, it felt spiritual. It felt like I had a connection to God. And I definitely feel like the kind of mental toughness, like these long burpee workouts I was doing where I got the timer going off every 20 seconds, drop down, do like 2-3 pump burpees or whatever it was for like 40 or 20, 30 minutes straight, overcoming that kind of exhaustion and building that mental toughness. It just felt very meaningful. And I was, you know, away from the world, overcoming things and just feeling like good. Like, I would feel very good on a day that I worked out. Whereas now, I might have a great workout, but something could have simultaneously happened at the gym. Like, oh, I set a new PR on bench or deadlift or squat, but some guy gave me a dirty look, or some woman looked at me like I was a creep for existing, or there was, like, a lot of people kind of in my space, and it just kind of made me uncomfortable the whole time, and I'm cringing about it. Like, there's all these things in the gym as kind of like an introverted empath that can kind of set me off to where, on one hand, the home workouts were making me feel like every day I did a home workout without exception would be a better day, to now where it's almost like, wow, the gym is kind of having a negative effect on me. I'm already getting some compliments. People are already telling me on my stream that I look like I'm lifting, which, you know, I take with a grain of salt. I'm sorry, guys. I take everything people on my stream say with a grain of salt. I still consider that, like, literally everybody there is just there to troll me. I'm sorry that that's the type of things I consider, but that is the type of harassment I have dealt with on the internet. Anyway, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take the compliment. Like, people say it looks like I'm lifting. I appreciate that. I think maybe I can see it too. I think when you have a history of lifting weights, and then you go back to lifting weights, like, don't worry if your strength is down a little bit. Definitely my strength is down, kind of in everything except for back. I'm kind of, like, impressed by my ability to do bent over dumbbell rows. Like, I feel like I'm pretty much right where I left off with that. But, you know, bench press is down a little bit. Squats are definitely down. I bailed under 165 yesterday. I worked up to 165. I did a set of 6, and then I did a set of what was going to be 6, but on the 6th rep, I could not get back up, and I had to dump the bar on the safety rack. It was pretty loud, and people were like, "Are you okay, bro?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine, just getting back into it," which was very humbling. 165 is my body weight, so I don't need to go on some big excuse rant for whatever it is that I'm not squatting more. Number one, first and foremost, I'm using better form than I've ever used. I'm going all the way down. So, some advice for the gym, guys, is like, and this is stuff I've said before, but now I'm in the gym trying to live it, and it's a little bit tough to take my own advice here because I really have things in my head about, like, the big three, especially when it comes to squats. It's like, oh, if you can't, like, squat your body weight for, like, 20 reps, then you ain't shit. Well, I can't squat my body weight for 2 sets of 6 right now, so I need to kind of, like, not worry so much about what's going on in here and worry more about what's going on out here in the real world and just lift the weights that I need to lift. I'm going to try some different rep ranges. One guy's recommending that you do, like, a bunch of sets of 2 and then you end with a few sets of 1. And when you're doing those sets of 1, you're up to like 80, 85, 90% of your 1 rep max. And I'll probably even dial it back more than that. I'm just getting used to the back squats again. I'm getting used to the form. I'm still making adjustments. I was making leg day kind of like a athletic, Olympic lifting day where I was also doing power cleans and front squats. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of backing off of that. Let's just try to make leg day as unstressful as possible, just really focusing on the back squats. But that's about all I need to say about it, guys. I'm definitely going to stay in the gym because I'm finding lifting weights to really not be overrated, especially depending for what you want to do. Now, I will say, like, if you're going to compete in martial arts or something, I mean, I'm not sleeping on the last 2.5 years of experience I've got. I really think that I have developed some skills that are valuable. I've watched myself go from barely even being able to, like, last a minute on jump rope to being able to get through 10 minutes jump rope, usually sometimes without stopping, probably at my peak. Like 10 minutes jump rope, 8 rounds on the heavy bag, and then doing a full body workout. So I do not regret the way that I've been training. But now that I'm back in the gym, now I'm seeing where my strength is at with these big 3 lifts. I'm like, okay, it's not a huge deal. It's to be expected that I'd be a little bit weaker than I was, and I am. I'm a little bit surprised how weak I'm feeling on the legs, but I'm using better form. I'm heavier than I was. I feel like being heavier doesn't really help with lower body movements. I feel like it helps with upper body movements. Like when you're a bit chunkier, you're throwing up more on the bench, but when you're a bit chunkier, when you're squatting, you're also squatting your own weight. So that's my bro science for you. I'm going to persevere in the gym, and I don't even feel like it's hard. Like, I like being there. Liking lifting the weights and having access to that equipment is outweighing the bit of discomfort. But as someone who is trying to live on the spiritual path, who wants to feel pure, who wants to maintain the master of my domain, and, ascend in sainthood, as I've said in the past, the gym, for the time being, is making it a little bit harder. There's a lot of women around. They're very distracting. There's a lot of couples, people who I maybe think are giving me certain kinds of looks, maybe because of the way I look or the way I carry myself or the combination of the two or the way that I'm lifting. I'm trying to phase that stuff out. I got some nice Bluetooth headphones. I'm going to get those set up and just kind of phase out and just focus on my training, man. And that's what I recommend you guys would do. When it comes to meeting women at the gym, that is just such a delicate thing, man. I feel like it's trying to do an ollie on a skateboard. It's like trying to do an ollie on a skateboard if you're somebody who has no idea how to do an ollie on a skateboard. It's like balancing on a tightrope. Some people are like, oh, bro, dude, the gym's a great place to meet women. Oh, bro, the gym's a terrible place to meet women. Oh, dude, be yourself, lay back, don't talk to them, but you got to approach, bro. You got to approach. Oh, dude, don't approach, bro, because it's creepy. Oh, dude, you got to approach. You can't expect them to make the first move, bro. Oh, dude, she's looking at you. That's an opening. That means she's into you. Dude, she's looking at you because you're there, because everybody's there. Like, you were in her eye path. Oh, dude, she's smiling at you. It means she likes you, bro. It's on, bro. Go talk to her, bro. Oh, she's smiling at you because she's being nice, dude, because she's, like, not a bitch. And, like, you probably shouldn't punish her by, like, making her uncomfortable by approaching her. Dude, the amount of like contradictory advice you will get is basically leading me to believe just focus on your workouts. You know, if a girl is like, here's how I see it: focus on your workout, don't be weird, try to overcome these things like pacing around and being a douchebag the way you lift and worrying about maybe guys like looking at you like they think they're better than you. And with women, like, and it's like freaking Tai Chi, dude. Like, move with the movements, be one with the universe. If it makes sense to just kind of look at them and give them a little head nod, like you weren't staring at them for a minute waiting for that opportunity. If the moment arises, just let it be friendly, don't try too hard, don't avoid the contact, be one with everything. Like, and maybe some people are like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about, like, I don't know what to do. I can relate to that. Focus on your workouts, be normal, try not to look weird. One thing that I feel like people don't get the memo on, that I didn't get the memo on, is try to dress kind of nice at the gym. Like, buy a bunch of new workout clothes. I know that seems stupid. It's like, oh, I wear like a piece of shit, raggedy, beaten up shirt, and I wear like nasty sweat-stained shorts that I never wash. Yeah, that was me too, dude, but there's this unspoken thing at the gym where everybody's trying to look cool. You should low-key compromise with that, you know? Don't wear like the worst, tattered, ugly clothes you have, because, oh, well, you're just going to sweat in them anyway. Yeah, well, that's common sense, but the gym is kind of worldly. The gym is people wearing like designer workout clothes that accentuate, you know, that you don't want to wear some big baggy shirt. That's what the bodybuilders do. That's what the guys who actually look good do. If you're a regular person, wear something that's flattering at the gym, that's relatively new. Don't buy the cheapest, most disgusting pair of Walmart shoes. I know it's stupid. I'm a sellout, but if you want to like do better, if you want to have the secret advice to the gym, you need to kind of be aware of your appearance at the gym. It is a worldly place. I'm trying to get to a point where I make these minor improvements to where it's going to help me become a little bit more callous to the world, make it a little bit more easy to deal with people. I think it's actually kind of weird to not wear headphones because everybody else is. Wear your headphones, phase everybody out, do your workout, lift the weights that you're supposed to be lifting. You probably should not be bailing on squats. I'm going hard in the gym. I don't think I was ego lifting. Like, I think I really like want to have strong legs, and I know where I'm at now. Okay, I had to bail on the 6th rep of the second set of 6 at my own body weight of squats with good form. So now I'll keep that in mind, and I won't be bailing anymore. I definitely won't be failing on the bench. I won't be putting myself in awkward situations where I need somebody's help. So that's what I got to say about it. That's my little rant about the gym. Take it or leave it. God bless you, my friends. Let's make those gains. God bless. Peace out.